Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Jeff Joyner, Crashing the Pearly Gates, and I am joined today by Taylor Cole. Taylor, how are you doing today?
Good, Jeff. What's up, man?
Man, I saw you on Instagram doing some impressive towel drill work today. How is the rehab coming along?
It's coming along. It's coming along. I don't start throwing until January. So I was hoping, obviously, that it would be a little sooner, but you got to listen to the doctors and the professionals. And they said I can start some towel drills, so I was happy about that.
Nice. So I don't think a lot of people realize you went out with an injury, but then you had another injury during your rehabilitation process, right?
No, it was all kind of the same thing. It was all my shoulder that had been lingering, for a little bit. And, um, I was feeling it kind of in the first spring training, trying to make a team, didn't say much. And then, got taken off the roster, we had that break because of COVID. And then I came back on, came to the 60 man pool and just, it didn't feel right. In that first live batting practice, I was throwing to, I think it was Trout, Upton, and Pujols. And I was like, dude, this would be kind of, a fun experience here. And it just wasn't feeling right. And tried to rehab it back for about, I don't know, a month. We even went to Arizona, tried to rehab. It just wasn't right. And so, it was time. It was time to get the surgery. And so hopefully I'll be back. I'm a free agent now, but I'm hopefully going to be back, mid-season, June ish. So that's what I'm hoping for.
Cool. And hopefully you'll be back in an Angels jersey, right?
I sure hope so, man. That's family right there, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Now you actually made your major league debut as a member of the Mets, and then
Blue Jays.
the Blue Jays. That's right. I was thinking blue, but
Yeah.
you've come here. You've pitched as a starter. You've pitched as a bullpen. You've kind of been, whenever they needed you, you were ready to go. Does that take a different mentality than back? I know baseball players love having a normal routine. You guys are definitely creatures of habit.
Yeah. For me, the mentality is whatever is going to keep me in the big leagues. I mean, we always work to be the best players that we can possibly be. We always dream of playing in the big leagues. And so my mentality coming up through the minor leagues was always to be a starter. I was a starter for 7, 8 years, and I still feel that I can start, in the big leagues. But because of injuries, I was coming, getting over kind of when I started to make my debut a few years back. They threw me in the bullpen, and then I just kind of stuck in the bullpen because I did well in there. And so, a lot of people think I'm a bullpen guy, but, like you said, I did some openers and have done some long relief and, done a little bit of back end work at very small parts of the season. And whatever's going to keep me in the, and whatever's going to help. Yeah, it sounds cliche, but whatever's going to help the team win. I mean, honestly, you don't want to be that guy. Can you still see me? I got another call from. Don't worry about that. Yeah, you just don't want to be that guy that's, trying to act as if you want it your way or the highway. That's just not going to go well with the coach. So I try to be easy going with that.
All right, perfect, man. And during your downtime, I see that you are into jewelry design, man. How did that come about?
Yeah. So back on here. There we go. Yeah. So, I just, Gabe with Happy Jewelers and Danny, they own a jewelry store out in Orange County. And so they provide jewelry for a lot of, celebrities, the Angels, Dodger players, UFC, and so they took care of me pretty good. And I had some teammates telling me to go to them. So then I was starting to tell some people about them, and they just kept, taking great care of us. So I sent him more and more business, and he's like, Taylor, man, you need to come work for me. And I was like, well, I'm playing baseball, but obviously, and actually, so when I started rehabbing, I knew I was going to have kind of an extended period of time where, I'd have off and whatnot. I was like, hey, maybe I can kind of do this on the side and have some fun with it, because I think it's kind of fun. And it's been good, man. Just post every once in a while, help people get, engagement rings, diamonds, whatever, necklaces, whatever. And it's just fun, man, to kind of do, with them.
Nice. So you found a hobby that actually makes you a little bit of cash on the side, it sounds like.
Right, man. Especially during this time, it's perfect, you know?
Perfect. Taylor Cole Jewelers coming about 4 years from now after you get done pitching, right?
Yeah, so hit me up if you guys need anything.
Hit me up. Okay. I was thinking more of like I'll help you get the building and the financing, and then you do the store part. But
There we go.
cool. So, what do you like to do away from the diamond other than design jewelry, Taylor?
That's a good question. I've been known to ask people this because I'll tell you what, man, I do not have a lot of other hobbies. I mean, I like fantasy football, watching sports, hanging out with my family. You know, I like to eat. I like to definitely, you know, get on Yelp. I would consider myself a professional like Yelper. I'm always the guy that can find a good restaurant. But as far as like being like a hunter or like, I don't know, just something that is like a real hobby, or something they do to kind of, you know, just, you know, relax. I don't know. I don't have one, man. I don't know. If you got something, throw it my way, you know, but I don't know. I feel like I don't know if I'm boring that way or what, but it's just how it is, man.
You just have a singular focus, right? And you're focused a lot of your energy right
Yeah,
now.
but you need an outlet sometimes, you know? I think it'd be fun to have another hobby that was really cool, you
Hmm.
know?
We'll have to
So
work on that one. You know what I do as a hobby? I write for a baseball website and I cover my favorite
I love it. You know what? There's a more productive hobby than that right there.
team. No, definitely not. And that's why we're here together. So,
That,
all right, obviously, you've done a million interviews on it. Don't want to dwell on it, but you're going to go down in history as an angel for being part of one of the biggest moments in the history. So, can you give me just a small reflection on that? Just what it's kind of like to only be associated with a moment that large?
yeah, you know, you got somebody that's as special as Tyler Skaggs, you know, and I think that that's why everybody looks at it as such a special moment is because of him as a person. Um, and it just how the way it came together, I just was a way. I think a lot of people, well, I know a lot of people were just devastated and hurting, especially I mean, his wife and mom and family. And it just, I think that moment, what it did was the no hitter. I think it was God's way of saying that, hey, like, I know this is the most devastating news that we could have possibly heard, but like, there's, there's more to this life and everything's going to be okay. And I think that that's why everybody kind of felt that in a small sense, they were just healed a little bit there, even though obviously that's a long process. um, you know, I still think of Carly, his wife, often, you know, and we're, you know, we keep in touch, but I just want to make sure that she's good and his mom, Debbie. But anyways, man, yeah, it was just, it's cool to be a part of that. You know, you got somebody like Felix Pena and Destin Garneau, man, they did the heavy lifting. You know, Pena threw 7 innings and Garneau caught the whole game. I threw the first two. So, you know, to be a part of that with them, two of my favorite teammates I've ever had, is really special.
Cool. And I know it's an emotional topic for you, and I'm not going to dwell on it, but I couldn't ignore it either.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've heard tons of stories about it, but that was one of those things where, the text messages start going, are you seeing this? Are you watching this? Oh my God, are they going to do it? Oh my God, they did it. It just grew into this great, huge moment. But now looking forward, are you going to go to anybody's spring training camp or are you going to continue working on your own?
Um, yeah, I've gotten some calls from some teams. They're interested, but they want to make sure that I'm healthy first, right? And you can't blame them. And so for me, yeah, to just keep getting right, keep getting healthy. I don't know if it's going to be a situation where a team maybe assigns me and helps me finish my rehab process in spring training and in a couple months of the season. Or if it's going to be like, hey, let's get 100% or close to it. Let's have a big workout in front of some teams and see, you know, where you fit best. I don't know yet what I'm going to do. Obviously, I got to do what's in my best interest and best for my family. But nothing's going to happen unless I get healthy 100%. So I know in my heart, if I'm healthy, that I'm going to be good. I'm going to be able to help a team out this year, upcoming season. So yeah, I'm pretty laser focused on that. Just making sure I take care of the things that I need to.
Nice. Yeah, you got on a nice little run with the Angels there for a while. Got to be where you're a guy. I liked when they would bring you in the mound because I knew, we were going to get a few innings and the lead was relatively safe, or if we were behind, the lead wasn't going to get relatively worse. I think the role of a guy who can do opening or middle relief or whatever, I think that's getting a lot more recognized by general managers right now. And guys, who are versatile are going to be in higher demand. So is that kind of how you're pitching yourself to these teams?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really pitching myself too much. I mean, they have all the stats and all the numbers, and as we get closer, I'll start doing a little bit more of that. But yeah, I got to get healthy first. Yeah, but to sell myself here, I know I'm a guy that can pitch in any role. I know that once I'm 100% healthy, I could start. I can be a long middle reliever. I feel like I haven't. You guys have seen glimpses of me being really good, especially in 2018. In 2019, I was really good for a while, and then I had a really, really, really bad August that, it's kind of like I had a good September after that, but that August, man, was like, it was when I was having all those opens, what do you call openers? And, it just was a bad stretch for me, man. But, I'm over that hump, learned from that. And so for me to kind of bounce back and, I was hoping 2020, man, I could just have a great season, but it just didn't work out, man, obviously with the injury. But yeah, man, I'm ready to prove to people and to show people there's a lot more of me that they haven't seen yet.
All right, perfect. For people who want to see more of you, maybe a little away from the diamond as well, go ahead and plug your social media accounts right now. We can get you some followers.
Yeah, it's my personal account is Tay J Cole. That's on Instagram, and then I'm actually starting an online baseball academy called Strut Academy. So anybody that wants to follow that, we're going to have a whole bunch of training videos on there. Actually, we're going to have weekly Zoom calls with a lot of my teammates. Whoever's on, players are going to be able to ask questions and stuff like that. So it's really cool. There's really not a ton of things like it out there. So again, it's called Strut Academy. So give me a follow on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter as well.
That sounds really cool. How did that come to be?
During that I just have always thought, that I have a ton of kids asking me, well, what do you do for arm care? How do you make your arm stronger? And how do I throw harder? And I'm not just a pitcher. Like I played shortstop growing up. I was a good shortstop, so I get hit. Of course, every pitcher thinks they can still, and so I kind of know, different fast parts of the game. And so for me to be able to just put everything I know in one place, and then basically, it's a monthly subscription. And then what happens is like I said, they got all the training videos, and then we're having a weekly Zoom call. So sometimes it's just going to be me, with talking to the group and, them asking questions. And then like I've got Patrick Sandoval that's going to come on. And then I also have my buddy Paul Sewald that's going to come on, and then a former teammate, Derek Chung. Those are my first three that we're going to have on the Zoom call. So any kid, whether it be 8, 10, 14, high school kid, whatever, I hope they join.
And you say you need a hobby, man. That's a phenomenal hobby.
Is that a hobby?
I mean, you're launching a business.
Hey, I'm going to go relax and, do something that's kind of fun. Like, it's a little stressful to kind of start, but it is a hobby. I feel like, honestly, I do it and I enjoy it. I really do. And so I guess it is a hobby.
Yeah. Not all hobbies have to be relaxing, man. My real hobby is cycling, but that's just somehow that's not cool. But, hey, Taylor, really appreciate your time, man. Honestly, I could chat with you all afternoon, but I know you got really appreciate it. Really rooting for you. I'll root a little bit harder for you if you come back with the Angels, of course, but we'll all root for you no matter where you go. Thank you very much. Really appreciate your time.
Jeff, appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me on.